Hi, welcome once again. If you are just joining us, kindly subscribe. And if you've been with us, please do also always engage. I posted something earlier today, and it's choosing between A and B, or A or B rather. So, for option A, you choose if you want to become a mom. The way your mom is, you want to be that kind of mom to your children. And option B is marrying someone like your father. I came across this, I think yesterday, something like that. And I went through comment section and I could tell how a lot of persons are in pain. Um, and then just few persons actually chose that they want to be like their parents. Some were like, oh, I'm definitely going to be marry someone like my dad. I'm definitely going want to be someone like my mom to my children. But some other persons were like, never. Some were even like, I just realized I have choice to scroll. I don't want to go through all of this. And it brought these thoughts to me. So I'm speaking not just as a mental health professional, I'm also speaking as a mother. So sometimes it just feels like you castigate things you've never really experienced. It's easy, yeah. Am I saying our parents are entirely right? No. Please just follow through. Don't carry stone quick. So, but what I'm trying to say is that some things we just castigate it because we've not experienced it, we don't know what it looks like. So it's easy to just feel that, oh, they are failed, right? Like I said, there are times actually our parents are actually at fault. So you don't need to start feeling like, oh, you don't understand what I'm going through. So I'm going to be answering this personally, and I'm going to be talking also as a mental health professional also. So, do I want to be like my mom to my children? In all sincerity, not entirely. My mom is not entirely a bad person, trust me. She's one of my mentors, right? Both in words and action. Growing up, I admired my mom so much. I didn't know the capacity of things she was carrying. My mom was that kind of person, or rather, is that kind of person that covers her husband. It was when I became an adult I realized that most of my fees in school, my mom paid it. And her defense is she didn't want us to go through embarrassment. She's this kind of mom that doesn't wait for my father to do things. She just goes in. My mom, there are times that I saw her wearing like one bra for years. She will tell you that it's better for her to spend on her children because her children are investment. When my parents separated, my mom made sure she was always available for us. Yeah, the other side of what I didn't like, right? So I'm also admonishing single mothers, all right, those that are divorced, also those that probably had never gotten married, right? Don't spoil your partner in the presence of your children. Pause, right? Pause. Don't spoil. What I mean is this. Don't start saying all manner of things. I know there are people that are entirely bad, but we know that there is a point where some persons are not entirely bad, but of course things happen. Why I'm saying this, allow the children to grow. They see it. That is just the funny thing. Children see, they notice. The reason I'm saying that, don't allow your children harbor bitterness and anger. That's another childhood trauma. Oh, when the father is absent, what about dad? You should come around anytime soon. Mom, why come dad is not always available? Something didn't work out between myself and your dad, things like that. So work according to the level they are operating in. Because when the children grow up and they realize that there are some certain things that you lied about just to make sure you paint your husband or your wife as a very bad person, do you know the funny thing? It will come back to you. And then you hear things like, you lied to me all my life. That's why I said be very, very careful. All right. So I still recall, I think it was last year's thereabout. Okay, last year. So I was going through a very tough phase, right? And I remember confiding in someone, and then she told me, said, how old is your son? And I mentioned, she said, tell him that this is it, so that it doesn't feel like something is existing and it's not there. I can't give you details. Maybe later on I can, but for now, no details. All right. So I had to explain to him, because at that age he can understand. Right? You don't start saying all of those things. Your dad is a very bad person, he cheated on me. No, 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 no. You work according to their age and gender. Right? I have to be specific on gender, because what a male can understand at a certain age, a female may not be able to fully understand. But children watch things, they see things more than the words, the things that are said to them. Okay, so for that area, my mom said, "Oh man, I'm faint," and I could understand, because it's what she went through hell, right? She went through hell. So we thought, when we grew up, we realized that, okay, now we know that this one, it's you, it's not dad, it's you that did this, and it took the grace of God for us not to hate her in that light. Although broken homes has effect on different children. So for my immediate younger sister, she harbored hatred. That's what I'm saying. Broken homes has its effect, and what happens in the process of the parents separating is another thing entirely. All right, so it's not just parents going separately. What's the event that happened? This one is fighting for custody. This one is saying your mom is a witch. This one is saying your dad is a wicked person. All manner of things. But that's not the focus. I'm trying to address something else entirely. All right. So in that area, I didn't appreciate it much. So do I want to marry someone like my dad? Sincerely, no. No. My dad is a very wonderful person. And my dad lost his parents at a very young age. He had to be the father, the brother, the mother to his siblings. He trained most of his siblings. His siblings, there are many. There are many. So my dad never really understood what it meant to be a child. He was an adult even as a child. Now, I'm trying to explain this so that we can understand sometimes where our parents are coming from. Instead of throwing stones at them and saying, oh, these people are entirely bad. So he didn't know. I still remember there was one time when my younger sister's shoes, when our shoes were smaller. So my mom told him and said, we need to buy shoes for these children. Though. This shoe is actually small for, that's my younger sister. My dad said, go and give shoemaker to expand it. Indirectly say he doesn't have money to buy a new shoe. But then we felt angry. So later we started laughing at how the shoemaker expand thing. But he had to, it was that way. He told us that he was walking barefoot, he didn't have slippers for a long time. So he's not used to that. But what I'm saying, I don't want to marry someone like my dad, is because of the abusive area. Okay, my dad was physically abusive, and I didn't like that. It affected us tremendously. Like I said, I'm not going into details. Okay, so it affected us tremendously. And my dad is this kind of person that will never tell you sorry. My dad tell you sorry. The first time I heard my dad say he's sorry was last year, and sincerely speaking, as he was apologizing, I cried so much, because it's the first time ever my father will say he's sorry for anything, and it was an emotional moment for me. Very emotional moment for me. So that's why I don't want to marry someone like my dad. Okay, and my dad is not someone that is open to change. My dad is not. My mom is. Oh, by the way, there was a certain time I still remembered. So I'm a nocturnal person, so there are times I sleep very, very late. Even yesterday I slept like to 4 thereabout. I use early morning to prepare some certain things on my phone, because I have places I post different focus. I have my LinkedIn, I have my Facebook page, my Facebook account, not personal account. I have WhatsApp line, my business line, which I have to tailor my posting into business. And of course, there are some things that can help people. My personal line and Telegram, I don't even know. I just dropped that one because I can't carry everything. Instagram, I had to pause on it for some time. All right. So, and TikTok is also there. So, and then there's YouTube. So I have to stay up at night to do a lot of work, and I read. I study the word of God. I don't joke with my Bible study. I don't. I pray. I do all of that. And then I have to relate with people. So I sleep very late. So my mom was having issues with it. So we that morning she was like, "Oh, we have family meeting," and I was like, "Okay, fine." Then I think that day I slept maybe 5 or before 6, but it wasn't around 4. So I had to drag myself for the meeting. We sat down, then she started the things we do, and then as a first daughter, of course, a lot of things is as though they use us to learn parenting. So we have to go through some certain things. And then she was like, this, I see this, is this the way you treat your spiritual mother, if the way you did, and all of that. So she was done talking, she was like, okay, that's what she wants to say. Then we can go. And I'm like, ooh, pause. I told her, you said it's a family meeting, so it means everybody has to talk. My younger sisters looked at me because naturally, as at then, I'm someone that would not say anything. I would just suck it in. I don't say anything. I'm not that expressive. So I told her, I said, do you know that you're a perfectionist? You want things to be done in certain ways. My mom has this kind of belief that if she wakes up at 6, everybody must wake up by 6, irrespective of when you slept. And I don't work that way. I didn't sleep early. And then she believed that if she's working, everybody must be working. And it's not that way. I work, but there are times where you should rest. My mom is not used to it. That's because of her upbringing. So she transferred it to us, and it wasn't working. So it was always causing issues, and then she felt like we're lazy and we're women, African women now, mothers, yeah. Lie down, don't worry. When you get married, I'll come and stay in your house so that we're helping you. Care yourself, care yourself. So when I told her, it didn't end well. Trust it didn't start well. We had friction for days. We're not really talking to each other. She reported me, and I still stood my ground. It was later on she now realized that okay, truly this is it. And my mom is open to change, especially when you confront her and tell her this is it. My dad, no. So in conclusion, I would love to take a part of my mom. And a part of my dad is the sense that my dad believes so much in education. Yeah, the funds that comes with it, it is well. My dad believes in education. My dad is learned. That man speaks. Hi. My dad is also a fine man. But then if I were to choose, I'll stick to the first part more. Just take a bit of it, a bit of that. Because no one is actually perfect. So let's cut our parents some slack, actually. We are going to be parents. You will understand why it's that way. I saw a video. The guy was like, gone are those days when we used to tell our dad, you don't make our time for us. This is me. And that should be like 8 p.m. He was in the market trying to buy something to take home. He said, then he understood where his dad was coming from. You don't understand until you get there. Cut them some slack. If you feel that, okay, you want to have a conversation with them concerning things, yes, do. Because as adults, you can hold them accountable. Do you understand? I hope this was helpful. It just feels like I was sharing stories, but I hope you learned one or two. I would love to hear read your comments, and if you would love us to talk about anything, please do well to let me know. Bye.